Dads worldwide. The first word in family management, family budgeting, insurance, bills, food, vacations, research and development, homework, emails, phone calls. Last week we tried to do an oil change and ended up with a new car. Security. Doors are locked, windows shut, house alarm is set. Fingerless gloves. Dads worldwide. Loyal listeners, possibly you.
Welcome to another episode of Dads Worldwide. We will make you laugh, might make you cry, most certainly somehow, some way, trying to make you a better parent. I am your most humble host, Brendan. Captain Aviators, take it away, sir.
It is I, the 17-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, non-chill filtered, quadruple distilled your blend master, ceremony himself, Tony fucking G, back again for another illustrious, illuminating, and incredulous episode of Dads Worldwide.
Wow, there was a lot of big words in there. A lot of big words. Sorry, and
I do everything big. Everything.
Ruined the end of your intro there. And the third that makes our thruple, he is Chris Green. And
have you ever had a guest on the show that was eating a sandwich?
Actually,
Yeah.
Right.
You have?
Yeah, right now.
Until now. Am I the first guest that's been on the show eating a sandwich?
I think so. I think so. I think
I feel like you've done that before, though.
Yeah. Good.
No.
He was eating blueberries, strawberries, and
That's right.
Yeah, fruit.
Thanks for paying attention, Tony. Yeah, I was eating a bowl of fruit.
Yep.
So I was finishing dinner versus starting dinner, which is what I'm doing right now. So my apology to the listener.
So there's a few more courses to go after that sandwich. Got it.
Yeah.
Yes, there is. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So my apologies to the listener. This is not a reflection of how I think of the audience. You're worth better than this. However, what I want to explain is, I told this to the guys before we got on, today has not gone the way that I plan on it going. That's just a fact. And so this is me showing up the best way that I can.
So in other words, you're going to make everybody else suffer because your day got mismanaged. Got it. Okay.
Well, if me eating a sandwich is causing people to suffer, then I guess the answer is yes.
Okay. Just as long as we're all on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
We're definitely in Japan for this.
Yeah.
It's very, it's not proper to do.
No, it's not. I mean, but that's okay. Nothing about the show is proper.
Yeah, so I feel like this is kind of fine, I think, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just end it there.
Yeah.
Well,
let's call it.
Yeah.
I'm an open book, so if you want to ask me follow-up questions about why I'm eating a sandwich on your show, I'm happy to do that. I'm not sure if that's that interesting.
Well, I mean, the simple answer is you were hungry. The long answer is I can only guess. Is there another reason besides you need sustenance?
Well, no, just that I would have consumed my sustenance well before the start of the show, but if the events of the day did not unfold as anticipated. So I've driven a couple 100 miles. I got home late. I was on a long phone call that didn't intend on having, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my everyday, to be honest.
Yeah. So really, maybe
Brandon
and I are swap places today. Maybe that's what's happening.
That's what it was. Yeah, because I was in one place. I didn't do much. I teetered around a lot,
Mm-hmm.
Off. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, what the audience may not know is that my life has kind of been in utter chaos the last 6 months. So today that's manifesting itself in me eating a sandwich on the show. It's going to come out in different ways. I don't know when the chaos is going to calm down. I don't have total control over that. I'm not really a chaotic guy. So if I'm in chaos, it means things are out of control. Other people embrace the chaos. I don't. I just have to kind of ride through it. I'm involuntarily experiencing it. So that's just where we're at.
There we go.
Okay.
Well, gentlemen, I guess speaking of Japan, let's take a look at our analytics for this week.
All right, brace yourself, Chris. Like, let's just hold back. Try Try not to explode.
Well, listen, I think we've already explained this too. Really, there's two ways to look at this. One, these are the countries in which listenership has increased. The other way to look at it is these are my next targets.
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh God, no. So top 10 countries. Number 1, Japan. 331 for downloads.
Whoa.
Yeah. Crazy town.
What's going on in the land of the rising sun?
I don't know. I think they're loving the Tony G. It's got to be it.
Who wouldn't?
I noticed that it spiked in Japan after the episode that I was not on. So
right. The healing began.
We should be looking for that number to come back down after this episode.
No. It's not even top 10 now. What the hell?
United States 73, pretty much standard where we're at. Canada, they were nowhere to be seen a couple weeks ago. Thank you, Canada.
I say we did call them out though.
Yeah,
and to be fair, they responded. So kudos, our neighbors to the north. Yeah,
pussies showed up. Hong Kong 18. So they're back. I guess
are back.
Maybe we tricked them with an episode without Chris, and they were like, "Oh, he's not on the show anymore. We'll jump back on there."
There's no other possible explanation.
I agree. Australia jumped into 2. They were down on the 1 spot for a little while, 1 download, and now they jumped up to 2. United Kingdom, Germany also at 2. Our friend, because apparently he's the only one listening. We know women can't listen to podcasts there, so it's probably a dude. Saudi Arabia and Argentina and Ecuador. I'm just trying to help Chris out. Just alienate some people here.
I was saying you took all of his material.
Well, I told you we swapped. We swapped positions.
Today. Yeah, I think today is it's gonna be one of those days.
But I was gonna say funny because it's true. So just to back it
up. There you go. You're just backing me up. That's all right. Yep. Japan. I don't know what's up with Japan, but hey, welcome Japan. Thank you for listening. Much appreciated. The rest of you, rookie numbers. Pump it up.
Yeah. So all you from Japan, send us some questions. Let's talk about this.
I'd like to say one more thing before we move on to whatever the next thing is, and that is, again, I don't want to upset the listener, but this may upset the listener.
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked off the show. We usually have some banter. I showed up and missed the banter before this episode. We usually have some banter before you hit record. I'm just going to tell everyone the banter is gold. You're missing it, and what you're missing is solid gold content. And I've suggested capture that content, put it behind a paywall. For whatever reason, Brenda doesn't like that idea, so it hasn't happened. So you're just going to continue to miss the solid gold banter that we're having before every episode. It also happens when I'm not here, but it certainly happens when I'm here. The other thing that you're not getting, and I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry to call everyone out, but I feel like I need to do it because it's been going on and on and on and on. So we have a group chat. We have a group chat on one of the group chat platforms. It's loaded. It's loaded almost daily with incredible content. It gets very heated. We cover tons of topics. We go at each other's throats. It includes audio. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot. That's all I'm going to say. And your listener, you are missing out on all of it. And I'm not the only one that's done this. I think Tony, you have. Brenda, you probably have too. We've called for a live stream multiple times. Each of us have called for a live stream at least 2 or 3 times. Okay. And I'm not saying that the other two guys that are on this chat are resistant to it. They seem to be in agreement. Every time we say we should do a live stream so that the listener or viewer or whatever you want to say isn't denied this incredible material, no one's like, I disagree. We should never do a live stream ever again. No one says that. They all say, I agree. Let's do a live stream. That's been going on for weeks now. So I'm very sorry, dear listener. all I'm coming with is a complaint. I'm not coming with a solution. I don't know if there's a live stream forthcoming. I'm just saying that you're missing out on a ton of great content, and perhaps maybe eventually someday in the future, sometime there might be a live stream.
Yeah, that's a good summarization of it. Yeah, there's been a lot of things discussed and dissected and diagnosed that should have been on a podcast or a live stream that we're not. And by the time we finally get around to it, I mean, those things will all have come and passed, but there's always something new. So, but what's really the holdup? The holdup is, well, I mean, I like you said, Chris, I think the three of us are in agreement that needs to happen. You didn't call him out, but one Dr. Chicken, he's got to get to bed by like 4:15 p.m. and I mean, because there's hunting and stuff, and if you do schedule something with him, he tells you it's your fault that didn't happen. I don't know. That just seems to be how that works. And then Phil,
That sounded personal, Tony.
it might have been a little personal, maybe just a smidge. And then Phil, well, we unless we're gonna live stream.
Phil's always been hard to button down, right? That guy's always been difficult. So that's
a nice way to put it.
That's nothing new. That's nothing.
That's a nice way to put it.
Thank you.
I would add, let me just say this again. The bad news, the very, very bad, awful news, is that you've missed out on a ton of great content because everything we've discussed is worthy of taking to the public. It's the paranormal. It's politics. It's conspiracy theories. It's all the stuff that you want to witness us discussing. All of it.
That's
the terrible news. The good news is, as Tony pointed out, and thank you for that, Tony, is the content keeps coming. It's a steady stream. Pun not intended. It's a constant, ongoing conversation. It never ends. The five of us are capable of solid gold, if not platinum content that just keeps rolling. So at any point that we eventually maybe possibly do a live stream, we're not holding out on you. Whenever we finally get around to it, you're going to get amazing content. I just can't tell you when it's going to happen. I don't know how much more amazing content you're going to miss out on.
Yeah. Well, that's why today I kind of made it a point to say, hey, maybe like next week we could peg something down. That'd be cool. It'd be pretty cool if we could do that.
At a date and time and like just be done with it. And whoever shows up. Like
I think that's what it's going to come down to.
It's just got to cut. Yeah. And I like on our chat where you and guys went hard to the paint with Phil, and somehow I got lumped into that. Hard calcified heart or some shit like that. And I was like, dude, I made like 2 comments. Like they weren't. One of them wasn't even directed at you. I'm like, what the fuck?
No, you definitely caught a couple strays.
Sure. I was like, what the hell, man? I was like, I probably deserved it, and for other reasons, but not this one.
Brendan, don't be a spectator at the beach at Normandy. Don't do that.
I don't have time. Like when stuff happens during the day on that chat, I don't have time. I'm not checking it all. And a lot of times if you see me where it's like, oh, he looked at it. I looked at it for 2 seconds and then I'm back to work. So
yeah, you didn't actually read it.
Yeah, no,
you accidentally opened it.
Right? Yeah. Oh Jesus. I was like, I don't have time for this. So
yeah. You have missed 19 audio messages.
Yeah,
about an hour and a half of recording.
I commented on it after like 2 days of you guys going back and forth, and I was like, wow, I shouldn't have done that. Like that's instantly what I thought. I'm like, someone definitely already said this, but I'm just like, I was like, too late.
Yeah. But do you hear that, folks? You missed out on 2 straight days of amazing content. Like we really went at each other's throats. Now, to be fair, mostly in this the one you're referring to was all of us ganging up on Phil.
Well, yeah,
but he absolutely deserved it in a major way.
Thank you. This one pissed me off in particular because he should have known he was wrong from the responses he got like out of the gate. Like I get it. I get it to an extent. Like that's partially his shtick is I'm going to defend this administration. Like I get it. And for the most part, he does that very well, and he does believe the things he's saying. But this was one of those, like, this was the response to the Epstein release of files and information and all the redactions, and he came out like we all kind of just like, oh yeah, this sucks. It's all redacted, and why are they doing this? Oh, it makes them look guilty. Oh, this is stupid. We've been waiting so long. Blah blah blah. You know, the honest response about it.
It wasn't
And then
all
he came-
redacted. It was only 90%.
Oh yeah, sorry, only 90% redacted.
Well,
And
yeah,
then
because
he came.
survivors
in-
have really long names.
Yeah. So then Phil comes in with his response. Oh, guys, you're just not looking at it right. This is to protect the victim. I'm like, okay, no, it's fucking not, and you know it's not.
It was
Definitely.
also
not-
because it's an ongoing investigation that's not actually occurring.
Right.
Tony.
His response was twofold. It's to protect the victims, and because the investigation's ongoing. Now, one, my point was, this is not to protect the victims, because as Brendan has pointed out multiple times, the victims wanted that information out there, you know, so they could at least feel
They held press
avenged.
They held press conferences. They stood in
Yeah.
front of video cameras and said, "Hey, we want this released." The
Yeah.
ones that weren't afraid to come out and say, "Hey, this should be released," they were in front of cameras. So, like, the idea that every one of them wanted their, their information protected is not true. So, just
But then the ongoing investigation part, like, okay, give me a fucking break. We're like, all of a sudden, this was what pissed me off. Like, all of a sudden, you're going to be a shill for the FBI and the government agencies and the alphabet agencies on protocol. Like, really, Phil? Because I've heard you say defund them all, and I've heard you say they can't be trusted on numerous times. Like, but now really, it really kind of
The
just
same
rubbed me the wrong way.
the same agency that did Russiagate.
Right, exactly. So, but now we've got to follow protocol. We've got to appreciate the process of investigation. And well, if we bastardize the process, like, what do we have left? We'll just turn into savages flinging poo at each other. Was his reasoning, and it was ludicrous, and I hated every second of it. It really rubbed me the wrong way, and I may have gone a little hard in the paint, but I stand by most of the stuff I said, and I might have been kind of pissy on a few of the responses because he waited like an hour and a half to finally respond. And then when he did, like, I'm driving around with the wife and kids looking at Christmas lights, and that's when he starts in with his goalpost moving, and it's all audiobook, and I'm like, motherfucker, really? Now I gotta listen to this shit? So yeah, that really irked me. And no, Phil and I have not talked a lot since. I think he kind of got it that maybe he might have been on the wrong side of things, and just won't admit that because he'll never admit that, and that's fine. I've come to know this and understand this about Phil, so it would have been an interesting one to have on a live stream for sure. But there's, like, we already mentioned, there's gonna be tons of things to go over. So yeah, when we finally do have a live stream, it's gonna be interesting.
Amazing.
Well, I think the main indictment, if I may summarize, is that he picked a very convenient time for himself to not be his typical cynical and suspicious self.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Right. I mean, that's
a
really
great way to put that. Yes.
I mean,
that's
that's really
what pissed me off.
Yeah. No. I mean, but that's what gaslighted all of us. Right.
Yeah.
Well, that really ended when Trump got into office.
It was a slow burn out from the questioning and the cynicism. Yeah, I don't think it ended that day, but he definitely started on a downward slope of, well, guys, you just got to trust the process, and it just became more and more of that.
He's a Trump fanatic, man. I'm sorry. Like,
so, he mostly is. Yes,
he definitely. I mean, maybe not as much as the first 4 years, but he's a Trumper. So.
Well, there's been a lot of things this year, and I think we've, in his own way, he's he even said in that discussion, I've criticized Trump. Like, no, you haven't really criticized him, but you said, well, I don't like that.
Yeah,
that's his criticism.
Like, the one thing, like, I think was when he bombed Iran. He was like, I really wish he wouldn't have done that. I'm like,
or let's put a Trump hotel on the Gaza Strip. He didn't like that.
Yeah.
He's heralded Trump as being President Peace, and that hasn't really shaken out very well this first year. So there's been a lot. And yeah, at first it was the handling of the Epstein stuff. And then when he came out and said, a few months ago, oh, are we still talking about that creep? That stuff doesn't exist. And he was real quiet. And then this happens, and I'm like, oh, so now you've got an opinion again. It irked me. And yeah, I'll admit, I probably took it a little too far in some of my comments, but I don't know. I felt like he was doing his subtle fucking stab in the back with his comments too, so I felt fairly justified.
You probably were. I didn't read or listen to any, so we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if Phil listens to this, this will be my olive branch, I guess. So the chances of that are pretty slim. Phil, I'm sorry you are so insufferable. No, sincerely. No, sincerely, I didn't want it to get as heated as it did over the topic that it was, because I don't think he wants to protect those types of people that I was insinuating. But like, whether you wanted to or not, that's what you're doing when you just say we've got to let the feds do what the feds do. And well, those victims, because it's not about them. And ask any leftist their opinion on this stuff. It's not about protecting the victims or protecting future victims. It's let's take down Trump. But the same can also be said of someone who's defending the handling of this investigation from the Trump administration too. So I mean, it goes both ways in that regard.
The law flat out says that they need to redact all the names of.
Yes, it does.
So like that was already taken care of. So
right.
Any discussion of that afterwards is just, it's bunk.
Right.
Well, so. to me, my opinion is that if you're going to continuously dig in and passionately gaslight your friends, then you can't get upset when they get heated and say things maybe they shouldn't say. Yeah, I mean, all of his responses over time was a continuing gaslighting.
Well, it was you're wrong because of this. It had nothing to do with what he said. It was just like you were just wrong. You're wrong, and this is why. And it wasn't even a good this is why, right? Like it was excuses. So we took a right turn. I didn't expect that. Let's you want to do a voice?
What?
Yeah, it says anonymous, but I think we'll know who it is.
Whoa, I'm ready.
Oh my God. This is Zon, and I heard you were talking about me, you guys from Dads Worldwide, and you guys are just awful. I mean, well, first of all, you're men, so you're pieces of shit. So, I mean, I think we can all agree on that, right?
That's true.
I mean, really. Especially you, Chris, like defending that evil, pussy grabbing dictator. I mean, just on and on about how wonderful he is. Oh my God. And Brendan, well, you're the pussy he's grabbing. You're such a lame piece of shit. I mean, really.
Fair.
And Tony, you don't even get my inflection right. I mean, you don't even understand me. None of you. God, I want to ride Tony's face.
That was amazing.
Oh, shit, I didn't see that ending coming.
Wow, I didn't know she listened to the show.
I was really hoping that she did.
Yeah.
She's gonna love that. Does yeah. So
thank you, Zon.
Yes, thank you for coming by. Thank you for coming by.
Long overdue for your rebuttal to our fair critiques and criticisms of your articles, well written as they are, with no bias whatsoever, and clearly a very firm grasp on reality and a clear conscience. So I appreciate you coming in, and well, from what I'm hearing, she definitely has a crush on me. So I get it. I get it.
Again, well, what I'd like to say in response to her criticism towards me is that even though I've said the exact opposite, that I'm definitely not a shill for Donald Trump, I'm definitely a shill for Donald Trump.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and cop to her criticism. You're right, even though I've said the exact opposite. I'm definitely a shill. You're not going to find a bigger shill for Donald Trump, including Phil, on planet Earth than me.
That's just not true. No, I can't stand by that one at all.
I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna say first time in your life, son. You're right. I own it.
We could have a survivor competition on that one. But yeah, I'm a pussy. We all know that. So
right.
Yeah, I mean that's something we've all told you. So
yes,
right.
She basically just cribbed that off the show.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like that's not news to anybody. Anyone in the show knows. So
that was beautiful. Wow. It really just tingled. Oh man, I got goosebumps. Just goosebumps. Wow. And she sounds as sexy as I thought she would, like for sure.
If not more so.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Oh shit. That was great. Thank you for that.
You are welcome. How was everyone's Christmas?
It's fantastic because for the first time in probably a decade, I got all of my Christmases done within a 3-day period.
Whoa.
I don't know how it happened. It literally takes a month usually, but no, this year we knocked them out Christmas Eve, Christmas Day after Christmas. It was incredible, and I'm so happy we were able to fit so much into such a small window, and I hope that continues moving forward because it was so much nicer.
3 days?
Woo! 3
Yes.
days.
Yes.
Unbelievable. I've still got chills. Well, not literally, but a lot of my family members literally. One of them is in Denver right now. My brother-in-law who has influenza, and my mother-in-law who has pneumonia. My other brother-in-law probably has influenza, and my 10-year-old upstairs in my bed for some fucking reason who has influenza A. So yeah, we're doing great over here.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's why I was like, yeah, we better get this recording knocked out because there's a strong chance I will be down for the count by like tomorrow.
I've talked to multiple people and a lot of flu going around apparently. I was like the plumber that I use to help me do houses, he's down and out the last couple days. Yeah. So yeah, it's only a matter of time.
No, yeah, during the Christmas day I was mostly fine and just kind of had a cold, and then the day after, like I kept taking like Tylenol cold because I couldn't find my favorite Dayquil Severe, which clear shit. I love that stuff. It's so good. Couldn't find it. So I had to keep getting the Tylenol Severe, which is just half-assed. I don't recommend it. Doesn't do it. I had to keep taking it. It was mostly like concentrated in my nose and my face. And then like the next day I was like, no, I'm good. I can stop taking that. And now everybody else is sick. So, but no, yeah, we got together with my side on Christmas Eve. And then obviously we all opened our stuff up, wife and kids on Christmas morning, and then headed over to her side for Christmas. And then the day after went back for her side. All the extended family was still there. We meet up at a Runza, eat lunch, go bowling. That's a yearly tradition. And then after that, usually we all just kind of go home, but then we're like, well, we're all out together and we might not have another chance because of sports going on. So why don't we just do our immediate family on her side, her brother-in-laws and their wives and kids and her mom. And so we just all went out to her brother-in-law's after that and knocked out the third one, and like, wow, this is great. So, and then yeah, now they're all sick, and I'm probably soon on my way. I've been off since, oh boy, I don't know. I've got like 2 more days off. Yeah, 2 more days off this week before I go back for some reason on Friday, and then another weekend. But
yeah,
I don't even know what day of the week it is anymore. Got a lot done, I guess. I need to, like, tomorrow, I've been saying this for 3 days, I need to come down here and reorganize my office, but we got like a bunch of old baby clothes and youth clothes sorted, and they're going away. So like bags and totes are finally leaving the garage. I was able to clean that out. It was nice the other day. So yeah, I can't complain. I've been off and Christmases went quick and they were good and got stuff organized and cleaned. Like it's feeling like rolling into the new year, like kind of on a roll here. So let's keep it up.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Chris, how about you, man? How was your Christmas?
I would say that I absolutely dominated Christmas.
Ooh, nice.
If Christmas was a competition, then I won by a quarter mile.
Oh.
Wow.
Like I absolutely crushed Christmas this year.
Didn't know Christmas was a dictatorship, but all right.
It turns out it is.
Oh.
It
Yep.
is. And
Yeah,
it
I
worked.
didn't know either, but it is, and I'm in charge, and I dominated Christmas.
Oh.
So we actually did something unintentional this year. We actually had a night where we just like a few nights before Christmas, we just opened up. You don't open. We basically just did stockings, so we kind of had stocking night,
Okay.
which went really really well.
Out of context, that sounds really fucked up.
Certainly does. I don't disagree. But in the context of Christmas, everyone has stockings on their
Right.
fireplace.
You know exactly what it is.
Uh-huh. Yep. Thanks, Tony.
You're welcome.
But I filled all of the stockings with a bunch of stuff that was a huge hit. We all loved it. It almost that night basically felt like a Christmas where we all opened up a bunch of gifts.
Nice.
And then we went to the local arboretum, which was great. And then another night we went to another town nearby that calls itself the Christmas capital of Texas. And now that's a very arrogant thing to say. That's a very high bar, and you better really crush it if you're going to call yourself that.
Oh yeah.
And they totally deserve it. Like the Main Street downtown is totally decked out. All the shops are open. They've got cool shops like they've got an ice cream shop and a place where you can get hot chocolate and a cool vintage toy place and a vintage candy shop, and there's tons of people and all kinds of food and a big food court and an ice rink like that. An ice rink. They really blow it out. And we rode a train over to get there because parking's terrible, but that's okay because it gave us an opportunity to ride a train, which I don't do very often. But that was a great night. We met up with my sister and brother-in-law and her two kids. And so we did that. And then Christmas Eve, I think, I'm trying to remember if we opened up a gift on Christmas Eve. I think we did. No. I remember what we did. On stocking night, everybody opened up one gift instead of doing Christmas Eve. And then we got up on Christmas morning. The kids were super excited. By the way, I know it's, what is it, like 20 years late. I finally caught up on the Elf on the Shelf thing. So we did Elf on the Shelf this year, which I thought was hilarious. And we had a lot of fun with Elf on the Shelf. And then the elf disappeared as it's supposed to.
Yep.
And then Christmas morning, we did that whole thing. And then before you knew it, it was over. So, yeah. It went really well.
Say la vie. Say la vie, Yuletide.
And I have to tell you, and on top of that, I survived Whamageddon.
The what?
Whamageddon. You guys familiar with Whamageddon?
No.
That's every year starting on December 1st, where you have to avoid hearing the song Last Christmas by Wham.
Oh, no. I fail that every year.
I probably heard that. I don't remember if I heard it, but I probably did because I don't like if stuff's in the background and I'm not interested, I don't really listen to it. But
No.
it might have been there.
I don't go out of my way. No.
Okay.
For those that do participate every year in Whamageddon, which I do, I learned for the first time this year that the rules are way more specific than I thought they were. So I thought if you heard any version of it, or if somebody sang it, or if somebody played it for you on purpose just to sabotage you, all of those counted and knocked you out of Whamageddon and sent you to Valhalla. It turns out it doesn't. The only way that you can lose Whamageddon is if you hear the very specific studio version, not even a live version, but the studio version, the original studio release by George Michael and Andrew Ridgeley. If you hear any other version of the song, doesn't count. You can hear covers, all that stuff. So in the past, I'd eliminated myself for some of those other reasons. This year, I didn't impose those very broad rules, and I
does
survived.
it have to be start to finish or just a part of the song?
No, I think if you hear even well, here's the other thing. So, for example, Brendan, in your example, if the song is played in your presence, but you don't consciously hear it, like if if the song ended, if you just heard the entire song, the song ended, and then somebody said, "Hey, Brendan, you're out of Whamageddon," and you're like, "I didn't even hear it. What are you talking about?" I don't think that counts. I think you have to consciously hear it.
Then I would say I am good. I won as well. Then
Yeah. So
I lost.
Thanks to the rules being way more specific than I thought, I survived.
I lose this every year, and I didn't even know it was a thing. But I lose it intentionally, not because I like the song, but there's a video from probably 20 years ago. I can't for the life, like Steve and Eric's Christmas Jamboree, back before like YouTube was like a big thing, and it's just two guys with like crappy VHS camcorders, and it's the dumbest little sketch you've ever seen in the world, where this guy calls his friend, "Oh, I'm feeling a little down. Oh, it sounds like you don't have the Christmas spirit. Well, what's that? Well, let me show you." And then it cuts to the one guy singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer in the worst possible way you could imagine, with just incredible cut scenes to go along with him singing it, sitting on his couch decked out in Christmas lights. And then all of a sudden it cuts in the middle, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I think I'm starting to get it. I think I know what Christmas is all about." And then it cuts to the other guy, and he's doing the same thing, but it's to Last Christmas. And he's doing these really shitty dance moves. And then that cuts back, and he's just staring at him like disgusted for like 5 seconds. And then it goes back to him singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And it ends with him just laughing hysterically, no longer being able to maintain composure. And it's the funniest fucking video for no reason. And every year I have to watch it because I always do. So now I'm losing a game by doing it, but I can't break tradition. It's just such a great video.
Well, I'm not aware of that video, but it sounds hilarious, and I want to see it.
Well, I shared it on Facebook, so it's fine. It's fine.
Well, as long as you watch it before December 1st, you're good.
or on Christmas Day, because I think it ends.
It's on Christmas Day.
Midnight Christmas Eve. So you can actually watch it Christmas Day and keep up with both traditions.
Well,
in that case, did anybody watch A Christmas Story?
No.
No, but I did show my kids Christmas Vacation for the first time.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Yes. I got to watch that as well. Yes.
Yep. And a week or so before that, and I know this is a Thanksgiving movie, but I showed them Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for the first time.
That's also fantastic.
Yeah.
I did not watch Scrooge, so that's one of my favorites.
I missed that. I missed Elf too.
I did not watch Elf. I didn't actually. Those two movies are the only ones I got to see because my kids were binging Modern Family, and every time I would say, "Hey, let's watch a Christmas movie," they would say, "No, let's just watch our show." and I'm like, "But it's Christmas, and it only lasts like 3 weeks. We can always get back to our show."
Yeah.
But also, I love that show, so it's not that hard of a thing to give in on.
Oh, Modern Family is so good.
It might be. It's definitely top 5, might be top 3 in my opinion of best comedy.
Oh, definitely.
It's possible.
I don't know what that guy's name is, the Phil, but Ed O'Neill is great in there.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he's hilarious.
Yeah, Phil Dunphy's played by Ty Burrell, and he's amazing.
Yeah, he's great. And then Julie Bowen, he's fantastic. So,
well, what's funny is, so the show has shot documentary style, which means many times throughout each episode they cut to 1 or 2 people sitting next to each other and just talking to the camera. And what I've got, because this is probably the 3rd time I've been through the show. What I'm doing this time is I'm not watching the person that's speaking. I'm watching the person sitting next to them, because their reactions are just as good as probably better. Especially Julie Bowen. That's what made me think of it.
That's funny. So now there's 2 shows that I absolutely love that have been shot that way: The Office and Modern Family.
Well, and Modern Family, I think it was on for 11 seasons, and I think it might have been over, 5-6 years ago.
And Parks and Rec was kind of that way, even though
it definitely was. It was. And the original one was Arrested Development. That was the first one shot documentary style.
Yeah, I love that show. Yep. I love that show.
People forget that was the first one.
Yeah. Well, they only lasted like 2 seasons.
It was 3, and then they did a 4th a few years ago on Netflix that I didn't
Yeah.
see and people said it wasn't very good. But it was only the original run was 3 seasons. I can't believe it only lasted that long, and it was amazing.
Yes, it was absolutely amazing, but it was also, I think it was more uncomfortable than The Office, and I think if you make it too uncomfortable, you lose people.
Mm.
That's interesting, maybe, but the thing about it is that, I mean, even more so than The Office and Parks and Rec, maybe similar to Modern Family, every character is a great character, and they're packed, they're loaded with great lines. Like, it's very joke dense.
Mhm.
I think I don't remember. I'd have to go back and watch Arrested Development to see if it's quite as dense, because Parks and Office are not nearly that dense. Lots of jokes, still in the 22-minute format, but not nearly as dense. The two densest shows that I've watched, well, there's three. There's three that are the most dense. One is Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is incredibly dense. The other one is Modern Family. It's just joke, but very funny. And the third one is 30 Rock. That's also very, very rapid fire, joke dense. And I don't remember I don't think that Arrested Development was nearly like that. I think it was more similar to Office and Parks.
Yeah, but I just feel like the situational, it was, I don't know, it was really uncomfortable. Like, especially Michael Cera, like that dude. I don't know if he's normally as nervous as he portrays, but man, he makes you feel it.
Well,
yeah,
you're probably right, but I'm rewatching The Office, and
yeah.
maybe it's just a different time now.
Yeah,
But it's more awkward than I remember. And
oh no, it's definitely awkward. I'm saying I just think Arrested Development was just a little bit more on the uncomfortable.
I don't think so. I don't think it was.
Yeah.
No, because that's what I'm saying is that I'm rewatching The Office right now, and I can't imagine. I'd have to go back and watch Arrested again more recently, but I don't remember it being maybe equally as awkward, but not more.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe I'm misremembering as well. So, all right. Well, I didn't want to get too off track here, because we have a lot to talk about. I have a full page of notes here. So our Christmas is good. We stayed home for Christmas, which like we normally do. For the last couple of years, we decided we're not going to travel anymore. So Christmas Day was just us for half the day. And then we usually go to my mom's, but my wife and Izzy were sick, so they stayed home. And me and the boys hung out with Grammy and my brother Mike, and we had Chinese food. And the next day, the rest of the family showed up, and we had Christmas dinner, and gifts galore. The kids, I mean, the kids, like every time they get together, they just love seeing their cousins, which it blows me away. They just they love each other. They like my kids were the 3D printer was whirring for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Like they were just making stuff for their cousins and their friends and stuff like that, which yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And eventually we, Jamie and Izzy they just had a cold. It wasn't really any big deal. But so by the time we got back, headed over to the in-laws, had a celebration there, which was again a great time. And then more cousins to see, which again they absolutely love seeing their cousins. So it's just it's really funny. And it was a good time. We got back late Sunday night because I'm an idiot and I was supposed to take Monday off. Instead, I made a bunch of appointments. So
Perfect.
Yeah.
And did you go to Maine for that? Is that where that is?
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2.5 hour ride back, about 3 hours actually. Once you figure in a few stops here to pee and stuff like that. And of course, the last half hour, 45 minutes is freezing rain and just nastiness. And I'm like, Jesus.
So you guys haven't gotten any snow yet?
Oh, we've got a ton of snow.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is actually rare. The last couple of years we haven't been. Usually we get more snow. We'll get a storm or two, no big deal, but it really doesn't last. Usually like January, February is when it really kicks in. But this year, yeah, we've had at least probably I would say 12 to 16 inches between the storms.
Okay.
So, but one funny story from Christmas. It makes me laugh. I don't know. I don't know what to do with the kid. So my 13-year-old Jackson, he, like I said, the kids were like printing stuff for their cousins, their friends. They were doing all kinds of like really creative things for these some people that were just friends, and their cousins. And so Christmas comes around. We don't expect stuff from the kids, but the kids made us stuff. So I was like, okay, great. So, except for Jackson decided that he was going to. So I opened my gift. It's a box of tees, golf tees.
Oh.
I was like, thank you. I was like, where'd you get them? I was like, are these the tees that were downstairs on my table? And he's like, yeah. I was like, so you gave me something that's already mine? I'm like, I'm really confused right now. Like, did you take something off? I was like, okay, thank you. I guess. Thank you. Thanks. Like, what the fuck?
It's the thought that counts. Come on,
There you
Brandon.
go. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah. And then my wife opens up her gift, and it's a piece of glass.
Would like a drinking glass or like a broken
someone,
piece of glass?
Like someone broke a bottle over a rock, and it's a glass. And so we have a brook out back that the boys, well, my kids play in. And he said, oh, it's this, Mom, it's a piece of sea glass. Well, we don't live next to the fucking sea. I'm like, I don't.
Oh shit.
The funniest thing is that really bugged my wife because she saw all the effort that he went to like do all these things for his cousins and his friends.
You got trash in your own shit.
Got a piece of fucking glass.
They could have just 3D printed 2 more items, but instead.
No.
My son Maxwell printed out these little plaques that said, Dad of the Year or Mom of the Year. Okay, like whatever. But at least it's something like somewhat original. Like you thought, like, hey, that would be cool to give to Mom and Dad. At least it's something that I didn't previously already fucking own. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I was telling this to a friend. I'm like, man, I don't know what to do with this kid. Like, this is like you expect this from like a 6-year-old. Like, I don't expect that. I don't expect to like receive something I already own. 13-year-old, someone that's supposed to be able to like at least somewhat independently about things. Right? So like I'm like, so yeah, but it so my wife's like, I'm really trying not to let this bug me, but kind of bug. They spent all this time on the 3D printer with all this stuff, like all their friends, their cousins, and she's like, I got a piece of glass, a broken.
God, that is so Bart Simpson.
Especially
rewrapping something you already own.
Oh yeah. Like I mean, he used to do that when he was younger, so I didn't say anything about it because like, oh, at least they're trying, like okay,
Right.
But I was just like, wait,
here's a weapon, Mom.
Yeah.
In case you go to prison, here's a shiv.
Yeah.
Here's something you would use to like fight off an attacker. What the fuck?
It's not even an effective weapon for that.
No.
It's like a small piece of glass. It's not like it was the actual bottle end. You're not stabbing people with that shit.
Was it wrapped?
I put it in a bag.
Oh, awesome!
It's like it was a small Christmas bag. It was in something like it was Christmassy, until you pull it out and you're like, it's fucking like, are you serious?
That's insane. I love that so much.
It's so great. Like I'm so glad that I can record this and I like to him or his wife or someone at point where they can listen to this and just laugh their ass off at him because he deserves it. You deserve it. You should be able to figure this shit out by now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're still 20 years old and like rewrapping people's already owned things to give to them, I don't know. There's no helping you. You probably live in my basement.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be another 13 years, and it's gonna be Christmas morning. He shows up with his parole officer, like, "Here, Dad, here's a half a pack of menthols, and here, Mom, here's your purse back."
A new tattoo that a friend gave him.
Yeah, here's my.
He said, "I
He
told
didn't even go to a real tattoo place. They just did it in each other's basements.
I told Jamie, I was like, on his birthday, we're gonna go into his room.
Yes.
Yes.
We're gonna pick out stuff from his dresser. We're gonna wrap that shit and we're gonna give it to him.
He deserves it. Yes, absolutely. Oh my God. And make like
That's
8 presents
amazing.
that way. Even if you get him something else, doesn't matter. Make him open all of his own shit first.
Yes.
When
Totally.
is his birthday?
Like his favorite thing. So it's in September. It's 9 months away. So you guys are gonna have to remind me of this shit.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But I'm telling you, like, I'm gonna, like, the day before, I'm gonna wrap his like MP3 player, his headphones,
Yes.
like his fucking computer that he uses all the time. I'm gonna wrap that shit up.
Send a message.
But
Send
yeah,
a message heading
this
into
is gonna be a
Christmas this
message.
year.
Yeah.
Will,
And
will you please?
just maybe I'll do a chair so when he sits down in it, he falls down like Dwight in The Office.
Oh fuck, that's great.
What I would like for you to do, just to drive it home further, is, I mean, definitely do like 3 or 4 things, but it's all things that he owns. Give it all to him. Then when he opens it, play it completely straight. Act like you don't have any other gifts, and give him and wait till the next day to give him real birthday gifts.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
go a whole nother day.
Yeah, really make it
before you let him
make
off the
it
hook.
stew.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how my wife feels in September about the glass Christmas gift.
Yeah, yeah.
That really.
Well, you know, women tend to let stuff go.
Put that up. Yeah, so she'll probably be way over it by then. Especially if you put it up on the mantle. Put it up on the mantle. Look, just leave it up there for 9 months to remind her as she walks through the house.
Fuck.
So I don't know what was worse. I don't know what I really like. I think we should put it to a vote. I think people should either leave a voicemail or send us an email, hate mail at dadsww.com. That'll get everybody. I gotta get Chris on there. But send that to everybody, and then and tell us what you think. What's the best out of those, or I guess what's the worst out of the best of those? What was it? The golf tees that I already owned,
That's so
or
good.
the piece of broken glass that my wife received? I want to hear what you think. Which is the worst? Which is, are you leaving a voicemail right now, Chris?
Yeah.
No, I'm having to respond to a text message from one of my children.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah, when I had to get up earlier, it was my son, one of my twins, knocking on the door. He's 7. I was like, "Oh, this must be urgent." Obviously, always is.
Clearly,
obviously. And he asked me, "Hey, Dad, would you punch me for $1 billion?" And I said, "Fuck yes, I would." Especially if that offer is on the table right this second. Like, yeah. And he's like, "You would?" I'm like, "Well, I'd share it with you." "Oh, okay." And he was fine.
okay.
And then he left.
You just got to cock back. That's
Yeah,
when he asked that guy,
I
like,
shouldn't
what?
even have let him finish the question. I
Yeah.
should have just socked him in the mouth.
Just right in the nose. Poof. What
Would
now?
you punch me? Bam! Oh, there's money too? Wow. Money, and I finally got to do this. Oh, this
I'm sorry. I really should have let you finish your sentence.
But where's the money?
Yeah,
really,
but also,
where's
where's
the
my money?
But also, where's the
Yeah.
money? Yeah.
Where's that
Yeah,
money?
you were saying 1 billion with a B.
One. How many times do I get to punch you?
Yeah. Should
I
I
love my kids.
do I have to
Is
knock
there a
you
second
out?
billion if I punch you again?
Yeah.
In like 15 years, when you're listening to this retrospectively, Taven, I apologize. I love you. Maybe, depending on what the last 15 years have been like.
I love my kids, but I think the last 15, 20 minutes just proves that like they could be jackasses. Listen,
That's
I
so
wasn't
great.
I wasn't a perfect kid. The difference is my parents didn't have a podcast where they can talk about this
That's
stupid
true.
shit I did.
Yeah.
That's it. But
Good thing, huh?
But also, guys, two things can be true at the same time. So your kids can be jackasses, and you can love them very much.
of course,
Yes, very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except right now, I hit, like I said, I've got a 10-year-old in my bed quarantining,
no.
and I already know I'm not going to be able to sleep in it tonight. So I'm kind of pissed off about that.
Get out.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's unfortunate. I mean, yeah, he's got influenza, but like, what about me?
Are you sure it's not COVID? We don't have COVID.
No, because
The flu is back?
the test that she gave him was influenza, COVID, or influenza, SARS, and something else. So it was like a trifecta
Monkeypox.
test. Yeah, it wasn't that, but it was something else, and he was only positive for influenza.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't COVID. Actually, we're kind of all surprised that like everybody started falling with influenza and fucking pneumonia because we knew a bunch of people that had COVID here recently, which actually was more surprising that they even were aware of it.
because COVID is weak as shit right now.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't, which I was really surprised he didn't pop positive for that too. Like,
The flu is worse, way worse. Pneumonia is way worse. More people die from pneumonia than anything else. Old people and young kids. Pneumonia is the worst thing for them.
I have since 2020, I have verifiably had influenza. I have verifiably had pneumonia, and probably 3 times I've verifiably had COVID. And I'm betting you guys can guess what was worse.
Uh,
COVID.
Oh yeah, it was
flu,
definitely
flu or
that COVID
pneumonia.
I wouldn't have known I had.
Yeah, pneumonia.
Yeah, that was the worst.
Yeah, because I remember that because you were in the hospital.
That was a week. That was like a week and a half. That was fucking brutal, and it took me like another month to really come out of that. That was fucking horrible. The influenza was the worst flu, influenza, whatever I've ever had, and that was right before COVID. That was early February 2020, and it was really bad. But it was like 2 days, like 2.5 days. That fucking pneumonia was like a week and a half. God, no, screw that. I don't want it again.
Yep. All right,
COVID, yeah, I could knock that out this afternoon. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I didn't even know I had it until I like tried to drink coffee, and I was like, "Oh, shit.
Oh, this is a minor inconvenience."
Yeah, made coffee taste like ass for the next 2 weeks."
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, this is going to be the last episode of this year, so it was nice here. I figure we can go over a few. I mean, I mostly wrote down. I wrote a couple episode things that stood out in my brain, but then the rest of it is mostly just political. So, Lindsay,
Okay. She has so not been listening to this.
Yeah.
We went that route like immediately.
Oh yeah, well you went the Epstein thing. Yeah, you guys were talking.
Yeah.
So, I figure like I would say that I think at the beginning of the year, like the biggest thing to talk about, I think the only thing to talk about was that Donald Trump was inaugurated.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing, and I think that captivated the United States pretty much for 3 to 4 months because it was nothing but Trump this, Trump that. But I would say the good things, I would say he started deportations. He shut down the border. It turns out, you only need a couple of days or a week to shut down the border, which was
Who
good,
knew?
surprising. not really surprising. This is more within the 90-day range. Started Doge. He freed Ross Ulbricht, which, if you don't know who that is, look it up. He started a website and then he was sentenced to life in prison.
Pardoning the January 6th guys.
That was my next one. Yeah, pardoning the J6ers. And again, check out that interview that Chris Green gave.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Always.
Wonderful. What was the guy's name? What was the name's guy? The guy's name? Chris
Greider.
He was just an all-around nice guy. So like, yeah, just you listen to that wasn't really an interview, more of a talk, but yeah, the interview. Yeah, I don't know how you come out the other end of that and think like, oh, this guy deserved to be in jail. Like, it's crazy. So he did some other things, declared sexes, and then started tariffs. I think that was really the biggest thing. That was my notes as far as the
So yeah, I guess just to piggyback off that, he really inadvertently, I think, has been pretty key in the whole woke mentality really becoming a lot more niche over the last year and not being like at the forefront of most political discussions. It's kind of, the movement has stalled a bit. It's kind of backed off. A lot of normalcy has returned a bit. We can use more slurs now that we haven't been able to use in a long time, for better or worse. Logic, reasoning, and just honesty have at least kind of dipped their toe back in the water into how a lot of people see the world. I think that's a good thing. So, and I don't know if that I'm going to just say, oh my gosh, thank you, Donald Trump, for that. But him being inaugurated and becoming president was definitely the first step for that. So, inadvertently or not, that's a good thing.
No, I think he actually deserves a decent amount of credit for that, because he even had executive orders, and he's challenged, if not sued, a lot of the major universities.
Sure.
And they've passed laws, maybe just in the form of executive orders, regarding what hospitals can do.
Yes.
So he's been fairly aggressive on those fronts.
Especially on the not the transgender, but the aim towards kids, the surgeries for sure.
Yeah, with minors and the medicating them. Yes,
that's a fantastic thing. We should not be mutilating our kids.
You've also seen a dramatic drop in the percentage of kids declaring to be trans.
Well,
weird,
like identifying.
I think I think the revolt was already on for that. I think that was just kind of a natural slide. I think he was. I don't think he was I don't want to give him complete credit for that, because I think a lot of people were against that, and it really wasn't. By the time he got elected, people that just wasn't. That wasn't. It was already sliding down. It was going in the downward direction.
It was the platform of the party heading into the election, and there was a lot of
you could argue that he helped. Sure. Yes. There's no argument there, but I don't think that they were, even the Democrats were backing off that crap. They weren't mentioned in any of their elections, because that's not a winner. When you were talking about cutting off minors' appendages, it's not a winner. Yeah. No one agreed with that shit.
I think I understand where you're coming from, and I think you're right to a degree. However, had the election gone, having Donald Trump get elected emboldened everybody on the right side to forge ahead confidently, because they knew that they had the backing in that.
I'll give you that.
Kamala ticket. I'm not saying
had the election gone the other direction, it would have been completely different, and I think the other side wouldn't have been emboldened, and we would have seen a lot more of it.
I don't know that it would strengthen the argument for it, but it definitely would have allowed people the platform to herald it like it's a good thing, and that's not something that anybody needed.
I don't necessarily agree that it would have gone the other way. if they would have if Harris would have got in. I'm not quite sure because they were already backing off that issue. They were everybody was backing off that issue because it was. It wasn't
Were they backing off because it was nuts or because they knew Harris was a loser, though?
No. It wasn't a winner for them. The fact of the matter is, if the polls showed that was not a winner for them, so they didn't even mention it. They were not fighting for trans rights. That was not even a mention in that. It was hardly a mention, if any, in that election. So I just think that
I hear what
Donald. Well, wait. Did Donald Trump help? Yes. I won't argue that for sure. But by the time by the time that election came around, no one was talking about that shit because it didn't matter. They did people. There wasn't a winner to be elected.
Well, let me offer a counterpoint because I think it's fair to say that I agree with you. They backed off of it because it wasn't a winner necessarily to win the election. However, had they squeaked out a win, their only goal was to back off the issue to win the election, and then it's full speed ahead.
No, but even before that, they were backing off. It just wasn't.
That's because what you're saying, which I agree, which is it's a political loser. But if you can win an election, you can get back to it. That's what happened the entire Biden administration.
Yeah.
He think about what Biden ran on to get elected in 2020, and then that was he presided over one of the most progressive administrations we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
which is incredible because had you shown Joe Biden, a sane Joe Biden from 1982, his presidency would endorse.
Well, I was just going to say that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can you imagine showing a 1980s Joe Biden what his presidency and him heralding would look like?
Yeah. That's I was just going to say half of that probably wasn't. I mean, probably 3/4 of that wasn't even him.
Right.
I mean, he was demented when he got elected. So, I mean, who knows when it got so bad.
But Kamala Harris would have been another figurehead president, and the progressive agenda would have been full speed ahead. They only backed off of it because of the loser.
Again, that's asserting that the Democrats would have won Congress. We don't know. We don't know. That's maybe. Maybe you're right. I don't know.
We can speculate.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say that they won't do it in another 3 years, right?
They might do it starting next year. If they,
who knows, the midterms, if they meet the midterms, they might, but they're not going to try to pass anything that's going to get vetoed, probably.
Well, listen, they're called progressives for a reason. They don't slow down. They're going to push ahead.
Oh, no. They continue
radical agenda they can come up with.
Yeah, they continue to try until they get it passed.
Yeah. And over a long period of time, we lose ground on that stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, eventually, the right moves to the left. So
that's right.
Which someone disagreed with me on that, and told me that no, the right's moved to the right has moved more to the right, and I'm like, I don't know. Oh, if you look at to now, I'm like, I don't.
That's the fucking opposite of that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't agree with that at all.
No, the right had to move left to try to stay status quo, and they couldn't keep up with the left going so far left.
Well, I think maybe we're saying the same thing, but essentially the center has moved to the left, right? So if you're right, and you stayed where you were, then you went from being moderately right to being radically right.
Yeah.
If you didn't move,
that's how I'm usually accused. Yeah.
Well, I think we're all saying the same thing, right? Like everyone moved left.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although I did get accused of being a libtard just yesterday on Facebook.
Well, there are certain things that if you actually stand for your principles, then you will be called a libtard.
I don't even remember what it was. I said something about some FBI investigation into something. It wasn't Minnesota. It was something else. And I said, cool. Can we also finish that Epstein investigation? And immediately some weird old, clearly MAGA dude. Typical libtard response with the goalpost moving. And yeah. That's no. That's
did you say Phil? Is that you?
Yeah. No, he's far more eloquent than this response was.
Yeah. I think one of the other things that stuck out to me was the Oval Office argument between Trump, Vance, and Zelensky.
Yeah. And here we are still just
Dealing
what
with-
yesterday I saw. Oh, they're nearing negotiations of peace.
Super
And
close. Super.
here we are. We've been super close to that
super
since
close.
day one, right? So
Russia just accused Ukraine of trying to assassinate Putin, and they said that they're gonna retaliate. Yeah. I was like, oh, there goes peace negotiations.
Fuck's sake. Yeah.
Yeah.
The 100-year war continues. So yeah. That's disappointing. That was disappointing. That one really I think that soured a lot of people. I mean, for the right or wrong reasons. I mean, if you we've talked about this, like Chris, I know you said like if you believed he was going to actually be able to end it on day one, you're crazy, but he did promise that, and obviously, of course, he didn't and couldn't. But here we are, and we're almost January 1, 2026, and we're nowhere closer. And that's disappointing to me. And that's not just on Donald Trump. That's on those two countries as well, for sure. But there's a lot of things I feel like we could have done differently. And I think we fell into a lot of the same old patterns, not just because he wanted to, but because it just made more sense to do that initially for him. Maybe long term, if his goal was to end it long term, which I don't know. We'll see, because he's still got 3 years.
What seems to have happened, and I'll stipulate his promise of ending it. I think he might even have promised that he was going to end it before he even was inaugurated.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He definitely made a very bold claim. So that claim or promise, whatever you want to say, notwithstanding, it seems like what happened is that Trump was making a lot of assumptions, and then all the buttons or levers or whatever that he pushed and pulled with Putin, I think he thought he had Putin pretty well figured out, and I think he thought his relationship with Putin was good enough that he could just buddy up with him and end this thing. I think that's what he was relying on. That turned out to be completely wrong. And then on the other side, and by the way,
wartime Putin.
Right, exactly right. And I have two more points. The other thing is, I think Trump's plan all along had some component of Ukraine giving up land territory.
Mm-hmm.
That's still going to happen. However this shakes out, whether it's today, tomorrow, or 5 years from now, they're going to give up land. Period. Yeah. And then the other thing I think he's surprised about is how hard Zelensky and Ukraine have dug in. So when he's gone to them and said, "Hey, I've worked this thing out with Putin. It's time to sign this up," then Zelensky turns up his nose and says, "Hell no, I'm not giving up any land. I'm not agreeing to that." So the level of uncooperation, lack of cooperation he's getting from both sides, I think has come as a shock to him. And so
but we hold the leverage in that, and that he could demand that Zelensky, like, okay, if this doesn't work, you need to figure it out, or you're not getting any more money or missiles or drones.
That's
or any of that stuff. And that's what really bugs me, is that, like, I feel like as someone who's supposed to be this awesome negotiator, can't figure that out for some reason, but they just keep giving them money. They keep giving them guns. They keep giving them missiles. Like, this is just, you're probably right, Chris. I think that's probably accurate what you just said. I think, Putin, he probably had figured out, but yeah, maybe Tony's right. Wartime Putin is different. He's looking out for his countrymen and his country, and he's not going to back down. So I think a lot of what drives me really crazy, it's not the fact that he didn't end it day one, is that we're as long as we're here, as long as he's been there, it's just, it doesn't seem like there's an end.
Well, let me add to what you're saying and actually agree with you. Kind of what I was saying. What I think has happened is that Trump had a plan. Trump is an optimist. He's an optimist. He's also very confident, and he's particularly confident in himself. So I would speculate that he had a plan and he did not have a plan B. And so when plan A didn't work, he was like, "Oh, shit,
fair.
Yeah.
Now what are we going to do? Because I didn't really have a plan B because I was so
Yeah.
confident plan A would work. And so everything that he's done since plan A failed was to throw a bunch of shit at the wall, and none of that has worked. So
That's
threaten
completely fair.
threaten Putin. No. Threaten Zelensky. Threaten to withdraw funds. No, give him more funds. Tell Putin we're going to arm Ukraine to the teeth. Then threaten Ukraine. You're going to pull back all your funding. Like he's just. It seems very. He didn't really have a plan B or C or D. When plan A failed, he's just kind of scrambling and trying anything, and none of it's working, which is making him look very foolish. On top of all of that, or I guess the other point that I was going to make is, and it doesn't negate anything we've just talked about, because I agree with what you're saying and I share your frustration. However, I would draw back my criticism just a touch or two, only because I'm not pulling back on anything we just said. However, one thing that is worth at least considering a touch is that he inherited this. I would be a lot harder on Trump if he was the one that provoked, if his policies were the one that started this, and it started on his watch. I have a tiny little bit of sympathy or empathy that he inherited this nonsense. That's it.
Okay.
A whole lot of
Not a lot, just a touch.
No, I don't share your sympathies. His whole bluster was he was going to end it, and he can't do it. And he actually helped instigate it by sending Ukraine. He was the first president. Everyone was sending Ukraine money. He was the first president to send them actual arms. So I don't really feel. You remember the quid pro quo thing, that phone call where he actually sent him arms right after that. So I don't have any sympathy for the guy at all. So because I think he actually helped make this happen. However, yeah, did it start on his watch? It did not. I agree with you. Did not. However, he did help it. He did instigate it, and he did claim that he could end it. And we're 11 months in, and it hasn't happened. So,
I'll give you, Chris, he did inherit it, but yeah, he wanted to end it quickly. But regardless whether he had a plan B or not, and I think you're onto something there, Chris, but he probably is going to be the president to end it. So
I think so.
We can definitely agree. I don't think that
so.
he handled it the same way we think he should have handled it, whatever. And maybe he probably did some things that he thought were going to work that didn't work. But I think he's going to be the president while it does end. So
well, the
we've
other
got
thing,
that to look forward to. So
I agree. I think that the odds are that's true. The other thing that I would speculate on, based on very little, is that I think I'm open to hearing a counter case. I think I agree with him when he says this wouldn't have happened if he would have been president before.
that's another thing. I
don't think it would have.
I think that's probably true, but again, that's one of those things you can't verify.
No, you can't. The only thing I can point to is that he invaded Ukraine under Obama, did not invade Ukraine under Trump, did invade Ukraine under Biden.
Right.
Like that's
fair. That's
still
fair.
true.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe.
But I mean, timing is everything, especially when it comes to war. But I don't know. I mean, that might, and it probably is true. But as long as he does end it, I mean, whether the feather's small or big, it doesn't really matter at this point. Just end the fucking thing.
I don't care who gets credit. It's not about winning something for Trump.
Yeah,
I don't care about that. But their case I just made is the reason why I have even a tiny bit.
That's fair.
Of sympathy
I
for
can
him.
get on board with that.
Because if he didn't inherit this, there's a lot of resources and energy and time he could be spending on other things, because he does have to devote time to this and energy and resources. He just does. So
that is fair.
So any mess, and that's a very light word because it should be a much bigger word, that he's inherited from the previous administration, whether it be the border or the economy or inflation or military conflicts, whatever. I do have some sympathy for a president that inherits an obvious mess from the previous administration who was completely incompetent. I do. Now, does that excuse them, Brendan, from making his own mistakes that he 100% owns and owns mishandling it? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But I do have at least a small amount of sympathy for a president that inherits a whole litany of messes from the previous administration.
But he helped provoke it as well by sending them money and guns as well, and missiles, arms.
That's
like,
also fair.
so I see what you're saying, but I don't agree. I think he provoked it. The fact of the matter is that after that, he was out of power within a year, and who was in? Joe Biden, and then they provoked it even more. So would as long as Trump didn't say that they were going to let Ukraine into NATO, yeah, then it definitely wouldn't have happened. But we don't know; it's all speculation. So I just don't agree. That's all. I don't. There's no. I should say that it's not that I don't agree. It's that I don't have any sympathy for him. And the fact of the matter is he doesn't have to spend money on it. He chooses to. It's a choice. You choose to spend money on it.
You do have to spend of some kind. You do have to spend time, energy, and resources on it.
Time, energy, some resources. Yeah, I guess so.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm
not saying the amount or to what degree. I'm just saying he has to spend time on it.
Yep.
The other thing is I think one of the reasons you don't have any sympathy or empathy for him is because where I'm more neutral towards Trump, I think you just flat out don't like him. So I don't think you're going to give him credit or empathy on any front.
I will give him credit where credit's due. I don't believe that he is due credit here. Like he helped provoke it. So I don't feel like he's deserved any credit.
If I may interject, I think we've actually come to an impasse where we're actually, the three of us are mostly in the closest thing to an agreement that we could possibly get for the first time on this topic. So without devoting another hour
I'm going to
to
disagree with that. No, I'm just kidding.
You fucking asshole.
Nope, that's a fair point, Tony. That's true.
I think this is the closest we've come to an agreement on this.
100%. Yep.
I think
I agree with Tony, but not with Brendan.
Such a bitch.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. We all agree. Shut up, Chris.
Hi.
So we started that with the Oval Office argument. And so I just want to say, I actually wanted to say something about that initially is, so I think that argument, I think we all saw it. It was very awkward. It was very weird. But it kept going. But even like a month ago, they were saying like, "Hey, Zelensky, you're not even being gracious about it." And I think really what it comes down to about him getting money, missiles and stuff like that. And he goes, "No, I said thank you." But I think I heard someone say on Judge Napolitano's podcast that no, it wasn't about saying thank you, and that's what he's not understanding, because I think it's lost in translation. It's not about saying thank you. It's about understanding that we've given you all this stuff. Now it's time to just capitulate.
Yeah.
that's what you should be doing. And that's what the graciousness should be, is like, okay, I get it. It's done. Like, it's done. We're moving on. So I think, but I don't know if that was originally what they meant in that whole Oval Office argument. But it was incredibly awkward and weird. I don't need to bogart this. You guys think of anything that you guys want to talk about?
We kind of touched on the whole Epstein thing, and just to kind of we touched on that at the beginning, but that was more of a personal spat and conversation of touching on it without divulging all the details. But that became, it's been a hot button issue since it first came up, but this year especially, because I mean Trump did kind of, I guess I couldn't quote the promises or the platforms when he was running, but we expected some movement in this, and then we got some
well let me just
more non-issue JFK documents and some MLK documents, and here we are still standing idle with the Epstein stuff. And then at one point in like June or July, it was, how are we still talking about this creep? And Bondi's like, oh, that stuff doesn't exist. And then here we are. And then now it's like, well, here it is, but it's all 90% redacted. And
You skipped
amongst the Diddy stuff. Like, it's just been a really weird year for that.
you skipped over a part of that, which was what Bondi. Okay, well, one not just Trump, but people in the administration, including Vance, Bongino, Kash Patel, they all said like they were like, don't let this go. We gotta get this out. Like they all
Very bold talk.
very bold talk about
as bold as you can talk on it.
Yeah. Very determined to get
and repeated it. I mean, Cash and Bongino both on their own shows. I guess Cash didn't have a show, but he made multiple appearances on other people's shows. Bongino wouldn't let it go. Like, they just went on and on and on and on. They
about wanting to expose this and the truth to come
maximum
out.
Transparency, maximum exposure. Go. They couldn't have pushed the issue far enough.
The frustration with Phil KOE, but I digress.
So then they all get. So the administration comes into power, and so what you were saying, and then just before everyone's frustrated, Pam Bondi invites 6 conservative influencers to the White House and gives them of Epstein information that was already publicly available.
Yeah.
I mean, just made that whole group of people look completely foolish.
Completely, like, okay, they're bought and paid for. Yeah. Like, So then I think that, Tony, where you took over there, like where you were saying, like, people started getting frustrated about it, and that's when they started saying, oh, it's a nothing burger. And that really awkward interview with Kash Patel and Dan Bongino when they were like looking at the camera and like blinking this. No, you believe me, there's nothing there.
Well,
it was like a hostage video. Did you ever see The Unit, the show The Unit, where the guy was like, he was held a hostage and he was like Morse code, like, I'm in Kabul in a movie theater, come get me.
Well, you did skip one thing regarding Pam Bondi, is that she then apologized. Well, she didn't apologize. She went and did a press conference or something, or interview, and said the list is on my desk.
Yeah.
Or the file's on my desk, when actually there's not a file. And actually, there's no list.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she said there was hundreds of videos that we're going through or something like that. And it's like,
we're going through the files.
She said the file is on my desk, or the list or whatever is on my desk.
Yep.
Because a lot of people in conservative and independent media called her out on that specifically. I mean, here's the other thing. So you might be getting to this. Bongino resigned. He's out.
He did.
Bondi, in my opinion, has been bad enough that she should probably resign as well.
Yeah.
And Cash has done a little bit better, but he might not be qualified.
He should be on the chopping block too.
Yeah. I mean, that whole team should probably get replaced.
I wish I had downloaded a Jimmy Dore segment where they did. So the JD Vance, the guy that the comedian that does the JD Vance voice, also does a Kash Patel voice, and it is so fucking funny. Oh my God, it is so good. It's like he's just like a bro. He's like, it's just a straight up bro.
Yeah, I don't think Kash Patel is nearly as bad as Pam Bondi. If you could squint and allow him to stay in place, and he might be able to redeem himself. But also, if they replaced him, it wouldn't hurt my feelings.
No, I don't think. I think it's just he's just going to do more damage to himself. So yeah, give him time; it'll be fine. No, I'm surprised she's lasted as long as she has. Just because.
Well, but
South
Tony
Park pointed this out perfectly. She did a great job of turning and just kissing Trump's ass every chance she gets.
I mean,
the reason why she's lasted, she survived this, is the same reason why what's his name, DOJ guy, or I'm sorry, Department of War guy, Pete Hegseth. Trump can't lop the heads off of too many people because it just makes him look bad.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like he can't just swing the sickle and get rid of all these people that he touted and pushed through, confirmation. He can't do that.
Right.
He got rid of Mike Waltz. I was actually surprised that was very early.
I wrote down Signalgate. He deserved to get fired. He screwed up big time.
What? Yeah. But he didn't actually get fired.
He get moved. he got moved.
He got moved.
Yeah,
Right, right. So my
yeah.
point is that Trump knows that if he fires a bunch of people, it really just blows back on him. So he has, if he's going to replace them, he has to get them clear of scandal and controversy, and then replace them when it's calmer and then make up another reason. He can't just fire everybody, even if he should.
He didn't have a problem with that in his first 4 years. He fired everyone under the sun.
But that was
including his own people. Yeah,
that was for disloyalty. He will fire people for that.
Yeah.
That's the biggest crime in Trump's mind.
Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot. He's firing a lot of people. I don't think it was all disloyalty, but maybe
it mostly was.
Yeah. Yeah, I did write down Signalgate because that was a big deal. And that actually into my next one where he was Yemen bombing, Iran bombing. This is where I dislike Trump wholeheartegly. And then the wars continue in Ukraine and Gaza. I wrote that. But Signalgate. I mean, it's a pretty big deal when your top officials are include a reporter on a Signal chat. That happened. I mean, that had to be on purpose, right?
No, no, it wasn't on purpose.
I don't know.
It definitely was not on purpose.
Well, Mike Walsh backtracking and said, like, I've never met that guy. And the reporter's like, yeah, I've totally met you. Like, we talked a lot.
I heard the explanation on that is that when you're adding people to a chat group, but basically multiple, if you have multiple people in your contacts with a similar name, same first name, last name, whatever, you can, if you're moving too fast, you can accidentally add the wrong person, just like any other group or an email. If you have a bunch of mics in your contacts and you're trying to email one mic, you email a different mic. That's essentially what happened. And he was just moving too fast. It's still, that doesn't excuse it, but that's the mechanics of how it happened. So he had talked to that guy before. He did know him. He's not clear of that. Well, he had him that guy in his contacts, but he accidentally added him.
But then he lied about it. So, like, I don't know. It's even.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely lied to save face.
I would rather hear like, yeah, I fucked up. Sorry. Like that's what I would rather hear. Because now I think you're a liar and you're not telling me the truth, regardless of whatever you say after that. So you should be fired, period. Like, you should be fired from, like, especially if you lied. Okay, you lied. You're in a top government position where you have a top secret clearance. You just got caught lying. You're gone. Bye. Have a nice day.
The only way you're going to get fired in a Trump administration is, one, so complete and utter incompetency that he can't cover up for you or protect you, or disloyalty of any kind. That's it.
I don't know. It seems to be a lot of incompetency going on. I don't know. So I don't know. But they, I think the Yemen bombing, I think that was, he actually made fun of Biden for doing that and said he shouldn't be doing that.
And then,
doing it. So, Iran bombing, I think, again, another huge mistake. But he's friends with Israel. So whatever they do, he does, apparently. So he just goes along to get along with that.
Yeah, we'll see the end of Russia-Ukraine before we see any conflict there. And because I think this one's way more beneficial for him to see through for the next 3 years.
I think this is the most scary, is that Bibi was at the house and they're talking about renewing on Iran. So is not awesome.
Yeah, that'll be a topic we talk about a lot next year, I'm sure.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Well, yeah, but it will be.
I hope not. I really hope they back off whatever they're doing. There are some contingencies there. Trump said that he'll support it if they continue to seek a weapon. They have allegedly been trying to seek a weapon and are a week out for the last 40 years, 50 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't believe it anymore. So,
well, of course, the problem with this is that Israel's not supposed to have one either, and they've got them. So,
yep. And then begs the question also is, like, who are we to tell Iran that they can't have one? And I know, Chris, I know your kind of stance on that, but in the same respect, I don't believe us to be the world police, and it's really not our job.
What's my stance on it?
Well, we already talked about this. Maybe it was personally and not on the show, but
I actually don't remember my stance on it.
oh, you were saying that if a crazy person goes and tries to get it, then us killing them, like you're fine with that.
I'm still not following.
If someone goes to get a nuclear weapon and the United States goes and bombs them, then like you're fine with that. You're okay with that. That's
yeah. I mean, this is another area where I'm open-minded and my position evolves over time. Like this is only tangentially related, but I don't like knowing that years ago we convinced Ukraine to give up their nuclear arms because that makes them more vulnerable. I've heard some philosophical conversations on this, but I haven't heard enough to solidify my own opinion. But I have to tell you, I'm kind of approaching the position of let anyone in the world that wants to have nuclear weapons have them, because I believe that I don't think anyone's going to use them. I don't think anyone's going to launch a nuclear weapon of any kind, even smaller tactical nukes. I don't think so. I think what it does is it serves as a deterrent, and I'm largely on your side in that the U.S. shouldn't involve themselves in these things. So I don't care if it's North Korea or China or Ukraine or Iran. I don't care who has them. I kind of think anybody that wants them on planet Earth should go ahead and just have them. Who cares? I just it should be because there's already kind of this selective game of chicken, and also in this instance it provides a constant excuse for us to back Israel in poking the bear that is Iran, which is completely unjustified. So just let everybody have them. Let's just see what happens.
Well,
I don't think
nukes are only a deterrent until something bigger and better comes along.
I just don't think they're going to use them. No one's going to use them.
The fact of the matter is we tried to prevent North Korea from getting it, and what happened? Now they have one.
Right.
So if Iran really wanted them, I guarantee you they already have them. They already have them because they already know the process. They already know how to enrich the uranium. They've already got uranium enriched to 60%, which means they can go all the way to whatever they need to.
Right.
Like it's the fact of the matter is if they have them, if they wanted them, they have them. Period.
But also, Brendan, and you may agree with this, if they really wanted one, they could probably just buy one. Why couldn't they just buy one? Other countries that are sympathetic to Iran could just supply them with one.
But they have such they just already have. That's true. Completely. I agree completely.
Why couldn't they just buy them from Russia?
Yeah, but they already have the nuclear. They already have the nuclear capability of doing it. Like they don't even need to buy it. They can just make it. They don't need it. They don't need anyone else. They don't have the delivery capability to get it anywhere out of they wouldn't. I don't think they have the capability to get it to the United States, but they do have the capability to get it within their region. And but yeah, again, like you said, yeah, they don't have to enrich it. They could just buy it from someone. Like they are friends with China and Iran. They could probably just buy it for sure. But
so I guess what I'm saying is that no one admits or says out loud that Israel has nuclear weapons. No one says that. They're not supposed to have them. If you confront somebody, they deny it. We all know that they have them, right? How do we know? And if they do, I don't care. I'm kind of fine with it at this point. How do we know Iran doesn't actually have them? Like we're so focused on whether or not they can make one. How do we know they don't have one? How do we know that the United States government knows that they have one, but we're just playing this game only as a cover and justification for Israel to keep irritating Iran? How do we know that's not the case?
Yep.
That could easily be the case. So I'm telling you, you could talk me out of this position, but quickly my new position is let everybody have them. That's not how we're going to fight wars. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Let everybody that wants one have one.
Yeah. Either way, I think if Israel renews striking Iran, it's going to be bad for everyone, including the United States.
Correct.
Yeah.
100%.
So bad. It's so bad. Yeah. They're going to unleash hell on Israel. They're going to flatten Israel. And then they're going to flatten. And then at the same time, they're going to flatten every base that they can reach, every U.S. base that they can reach in the Middle East. And for those of you who don't know, look up a map of the Middle East and then ask AI to tell you where all the U.S. bases are. And there's a lot of them around Iran. I don't know why they decided to put their country there around, in the middle of all our bases, but they did it. Not cool, Iran. Not cool.
Okay, hang on a second.
Yeah.
They're not going to flatten Israel. That's not true.
Oh, I think they will.
No. Not going to happen. 0% chance that's going to happen.
Why?
Because they haven't done it yet. Why haven't they done it yet? Why didn't they do it a few years ago?
Because who's the aggressor here? The aggressor is Israel, not Iran.
But in all these years, Brendan, they could have gone to those lengths and flattened Israel. They've never done it. They're not going to do it. That's not going to happen.
Because they don't want to. If they're attacked, I'm telling you, they'll flatten them.
No.
Yep.
Never happen.
Okay.
It will not. Not only that, but do you know what the political climate is and the economic climate in Iran right now?
It's awful because we're sanctioning the shit out of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So with what money and with what political clout in their own country are they going to go and do what you're describing?
Well, I don't know. Get attacked and then watch the country become patriotic and then decide to fight somebody.
No, because here's another dynamic that people don't completely understand. When Iran, first of all, the citizens of Iran don't like their leadership. So when they take help from the United States or Israel or wherever else, they take a lot of shit from their own people because their people are blaming their leadership.
Yeah,
they don't have a healthy political climate there. They don't have a unified citizenry that supports their leadership. That is a problem that they have to deal with, and they don't have any money. That is the state of play at the moment. Like, they're broke.
Okay. But they damaged Israel pretty badly on the barrage of missiles that they did send their way.
But since that happened, they're broke and they have no support from the people of Iran. The political climate and economic climate is a disaster for the leadership in Iran at the moment. That's just a fact.
I guess we'll see.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the political climate can be upset. Like, I don't support our government now. There's a lot of people that don't support our government now. Did you tell me if someone bombed us that we wouldn't go to hell and back to attack that other country? Of course they would.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they don't have any money. They're completely broke, and they have hyperinflation right now, as in the last.
We're trillions of dollars in debt, but that doesn't stop us.
I didn't hear hyperinflation. I hear that inflation going out of control, but
they're experiencing hyperinflation within the last week in Iran. That's the current state of things.
Yeah, and they fired was it the president or they fired one of their big leaders there. So
it doesn't matter. It doesn't fix anything.
It's not going to, but I'm telling you, they have a lot of missiles. They've had a lot of missiles, and they'll use them if they get attacked, like they did before. Right. That's all I'm saying.
We can put a pin in this and see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that. I mean, but I hope also that Israel doesn't attack Iran again.
So what's on the table is that if Israel attacks Iran, Iran's going to level Israel. That's our disagreement. To be clear.
Yeah, and I think they'll attack every U.S. base that's within their reach as well.
No. That's where we disagree. So we could put a pin in that, call that our disagreement, and see what happens.
Okay, they said they would. So I mean, if they're lying, then we'll figure it out.
But saber rattling is also a thing.
It is, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how many times are they going to give us forewarning of attacks? Like, I mean, I just feel like we're kind of reaching the end of that.
Maybe. But to be very specific, attack every U.S. base within reach and level Israel. That's our disagreement. Okay. Now, wage some attacks on some U.S. bases and fire some strikes on Israel. That's almost certainly going to happen. But leveling Israel and attacking every base within reach, not going to happen.
If we help Israel do do it again, I think they'll.
We're always helping Israel. That's not new.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not,
that yeah, of course.
that's not a new circumstance. We have an
They're
airtight.
gonna
alliance.
I think they're gonna put a hurting on Israel. I think they really will.
No, no, but I mean specifically, I'm sticking to that one claim that you made. I mean, attack Israel, sure, of course they are, of course.
Okay, I just meant that they're gonna put a big hurting on them. They really are gonna level. They're gonna hurt them. Like they're gonna send everything they've got at them.
Okay, but I know I feel like you're adjusting what you said, which we don't have to spend any more time on this. I'm just saying. The thing I was I already stated what
I know you're saying that leveling like the whole country is going to go down. Yeah, not like what Israel did to Gaza. Yes, exactly. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry, not what they did to Gaza. Yes.
Yeah, are they gonna aggressively attack them? Quite possibly. That's possible.
Yeah. I think it's a big mistake. I really do. I think if they attack Iran again, it's going to be a big issue, especially for Israel.
It'll definitely be a big issue, and it'll be a major escalation. But Iran will lose. They'll lose badly.
In the end, yeah, I'd agree with that. But I think they'll put a hurting on Israel and the U.S. bases in the area.
Yeah, maybe.
Yep.
Maybe.
Okay.
Iran will be in the end. Iran will be the big loser.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Like they, yeah. No argument there. Yep. But I think the biggest understated thing that happened, especially with the administration, is that they bombed Somalia over 120 times since Trump took over.
Yeah. That sounds insane when you put it like that.
What does that mean?
They've done military action in Somalia.
120 separate military actions?
Yes.
Okay.
If you can look up on AFRICOM, and they will tell you how many bombing runs they've made.
That's it. God, it sounds insane.
It sounds insane because no one talks about it. No one gives a shit about Somalia. No one talks about it. So it's crazy. And actually, it's more than the last 3 presidents have done, not including Trump, but just I think, was it the last 3 administrations? Something like that. But there was like 3 administrations. They didn't do that much. Even Biden didn't do that much. So,
but no new wars, Brendan. Oh, wait.
The wars, yeah. They're just going to continue to bomb the shit out of Somalia. The other thing is, like, the other administrations bombed in Somalia. They're just not as much.
Right.
To be fair, that's not new.
Quantity's not important. Brendan.
Yeah, they just kept doing it.
It would do it better.
As far as the podcast goes, I think Coriander Gate and me falling asleep during a podcast sticks out the most.
That and your just reluctance to admitting how versatile and amazing baloney is.
Thank you. Yeah, the great baloney debate of 2025.
The baloney did not even make my list.
Well, that's again, just you being indignant. So
yeah, that just makes Tony's point.
Again.
Like, the fact that you refuse to even bring it up just shows.
Yeah, I think it actually does the opposite. It just shines a light on how big of an issue it was in 2025.
Yeah, clearly,
it was such a big issue. You wanted to sweep it under the rug and not even bring it up.
Yeah, he wanted to just walk right past it like it never happened. And
like we're going to allow that. Come on.
It's very Joe Biden of you, Brandon.
So yeah, I think I said this on the last podcast, but I just want to thank everybody for listening. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking time out of your day.
Thank you, Japan.
Thank you, Japan. You Hong Kongers. We love you. And most of all, thank you to Chris Green and thank you, Tony G. Man, thank you guys for hanging out with me, having great discussions. Even though we don't agree all the time, I do enjoy it.
That's what makes it a great discussion, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No. It makes it a lot of fun.
I think if this is a 2-hour circle jerk every time, I don't like it as much.
Well, someone would like it, but we'd have to throw it
As
on.
long as one of us gets off.
Have to be on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
As long as one of us. Just one.
I mean, Swan is because she's sitting on my face. So.
All right,
Man.
Chris. Why don't you tell us about your podcast? Where find you?
Oh man. Well, I used to just say you can find me here. However, I got a lot going on, gentlemen, and you've been. Well, first of all, let me respond to what you said, Brendan, and obviously I've become a bit of a regular on the show. I really appreciate that. This is really, really fun. It's really fun to come on here and be a part of this. So thank you for making me a bit of a regular. I used to just say, just find me here, but actually I do have a lot going on. I don't even know if I can name all of them, but I'll name a couple. I did my 5th interview today, actually, for Real Estate Raconteurs. Now, the reason that's significant is because I've been working on that project for a year, haven't released a single episode because my intention was to get to 6 and kind of release it like a Netflix style season.
Yeah.
So I've got the 6th one identified and I'm about to schedule. So I was going to try to release it this past fall. Didn't get there. Was a little distracted personally. So I had to push it to the spring. And there's almost a 100% chance I'm going to get that last interview and finally get to release this project that I'll at that point have been working on for, I don't know, 14 months or something. So that's coming. Real Estate Raconteurs. Now, even if you're not in real estate, I think what we're creating is going to be very entertaining for anybody who listens. Still got Ask It Anything. That's been super fun. We're still doing that. I've done several episodes with my kids. Those are great. We did a Christmas episode, super fun. And let's see what else. I think the only other thing that I would probably announce and point people towards is Pop Culture Project. So my friend John and I have decided to do the most comprehensive exploration of pop culture that's ever been done. Literally eating an elephant one bite at a time. It's an enormous project that probably can never be completed, but it's kind of been my passion topic almost my entire life. There's very few things that I enjoy more than pop culture. I think I've done this whole explanation on this show before, so forgive me. But we're up. I think it just released the 3rd or 4th episode, so we're underway, and I think it's great. It's not a huge investment of time. The longest episodes are like 40 minutes. Most episodes are under 30. So come join us. We're having a big party talking pop culture.
Excellent. Check out Chris and Jebediah. All right, Tony, you're up.
It's Justin. Thank you. Also, I can't. There's probably a very small chance of this, but there is a person, and Brendan, you always give me a hard time about this, that has promised to finish a website for me. With all the projects I have going on right now, it would be great if I had a single place to point people towards.
A link tree. You made one.
I know,
and you have a website. And
I totally forgot about the link. Yeah, that's fair. So I have a link tree. I don't even know what it's called. I think it might be called Gravity Beard and Degravity.
Really
Beard.
committed to that.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a really excellent suggestion and a great plan B, and I followed through on it, and then I've completely forgot about it and not promoted it even for a second. There's at least a small chance that I'll have a website in the next 30 to 60 days.
Yes.
That right. You already have.
Yeah.
You're up, Tony. You're up.
Oh. Yeah. So as always, there's hopefully a slim but stern chance you can still find me over at the Big Buckin' Empire, and we're like I made the declaration today. Hey, what about next week for doing a live stream over there on the Big Buckin' Empire? Like the good old days, like we used to do. So maybe that'll pan out. So if this gets uploaded here in like the next 24 hours, and we're hearing this within the last hours of 2025 or the few new hours of 2026, you should buzz on over to the Big Buckin' Empire there on Facebook or YouTube and hit that notification and subscribe buttons if you haven't already, because if we do finally, God willing, no pun intended, Phil, pull the trigger and do a live stream, you're going to want to be there for it, folks. That's the Big Buckin' Empire on Facebook and YouTube. Like I promise, it's very easy to find. Linktree /Big Buckin'. Like so many ways to find it, so many options available. Pretty strong chance we'll make a strong return in 2026. Not a return, but a revitalization and resurgence of the Dark Side of the Fringe, where we discuss everything from the paranormal to the murder mystery to assassination attempts. So many crazy, wild, wacky thing, aliens, parallel dimensions, and whatnot. So many good things over there in the Dark Side of the Fringe. You got to check that out. We'll be back better than ever in 2026. But most importantly, most consistently, and most sexily, most face-writingly, according to Zwan, you can find me right here at Dad's Worldwide. And we are worldwide because Japan said so.
Mm-hmm. And Saudi Arabia.
And, well, of course, obviously.
Darn Hong Kongers.
No, leave them alone. Be nice.
You know how to get hold of me, Brendan at dadsww.com. Can't stand me, can't stand Tony, can't stand Chris, can't stand this episode. We want to hear about it. Hate mail at dadsww.com, or just jump on the website, send and it says leave your voicemail. It's right on the right hand side there. Leave voicemail. It'd be like Zon, maybe less aggressive. Be like Zon.
Yeah, we've never said that on the show before. To be like Zon, in this
never.
Instance, we do.
Yes. In this, yeah.
Not in any other respect, please.
No feminine aggressiveness.
Brendan says women aren't funny.
He was so wrong today.
Very wrong. So wrong. All right, we will make you laugh. We might make you cry, most certainly some way. Try to make you a better parent. Hey, see you in the next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pour one out for my homies for 2026.
Yeah. Later.